Hey, welcome back. We're still on the first day. Let's talk to him first, Vincent. Vincent sits down on a stool. His usual jovial attitude has been displaced by suspicion and he gives you a knowing look. What is it now? I notice Officer Blue Eyes is frequenting our little haven again. Is everything between the three of us still, you know? Yugi told me to sit this one out. Bah! First he threatens us to get our help, and now he wants to go solo. It doesn't surprise me one bit that the country is in shambles when we have such fickle figures in charge of our security. I think he has something to prove. I suppose he wants another promotion. He has something to prove. I take it his investigation regards Miss Carmine's accident on stage? The very same. Wonderful. The great Detective Mertens is in charge of investigating a simple case of negligence? What? I mean, I know what it means, but negligence? Negligence can... I don't know. And to think his wage is funded entirely by the Tsaran taxpayer. I wish it wasn't murder. Look here, the Carmine family has a long and storied history, producing some of the finest members of society in Bukovi. A single conversation with Olivia would convince anyone she's innocent in all of this. I didn't mean her being the murderer, though. The expression of horror on her face, that poor girl. To be fair, she is an actress. I feel some sympathy. Did you attend the opera that night? Of course! How could I miss Lawrence Sullivan IV's grand finale? Written by the legendary Gail De Winter, no less. And with Olivia performing, there was no chance I'd let a cultural landmark like this evade me. Let's hope Detective Mertens can quickly throw whoever was responsible for the mix-up into prison. Then Miss Carmine can grace our little speakeasy with her presence again. Let's hope so indeed. A comeback is always greater than a setback. Words to live by. Now that we have that out of the way, how about we discuss some lighter topics this evening? Great idea. First of all, do you have some other preferences now? Bah! My old favorite is no longer available, of course. I've managed to find a supplier that stocks a decent red, since our old one had their run-in with the laws. I did develop a fondness for olives recent. Ew. I trust you can mix up something wondrous with that. I mean, nothing against olives, but in a drink? Of course. What kind of drink is that? Let's see. Something... Ew. Something very weird. Oh, the femme fatale is back. Maria's favorite drink. Oh, see here, we are the same bartender, so we already know that he likes the one-night stand. That's great. Okay. Let's get you that weird one then. How could you, like... No, I could never. Olives, tomato juice, no. No. Delightful stuff. Tastes straight from the age of prosperity. Alright, let's talk. Who are our best customers? Björn and Lucas. Have you ever left Zara, Vincent? Why in the world would I leave the greatest city civilization has ever built? So no comparison. I see your point. I am glad we agree. It's a wonderful place, the pinnacle. Although, I confess the city has gone downhill of late. These blasted politicians seem dead set on plunging us into another war. Rusalka, Albion, Anglia and Sangha are the worst with their aggressive foreign policy. But Zara itself has done much to stoke the flames of conflict. And let me be clear, my friend, I do not blame the people from these countries. The Anglians are a jovial bunch, I often spend a night drinking with Rusalkan woodsmen that I will never forget. I once spent a night. No, there are fine people everywhere, I suppose. That's what Flora would say anyway. My late wife wanted to travel more until the illness took her. Upon retirement, we had planned to alight on a grand odyssey and explore Rusalka, Albion, Vinland, and even the colonies. Alas, fate had other plans, and now I run a bookstore which hides a speakeasy beneath. And all my traveling happens in the books I read. They can take me anywhere, bartender. Which is grand, because some days I feel like I need an escape. And I'm too old, too tired to leave this country on my own. So book is it? It is. He doesn't look that old, I mean... In his... I actually don't remember how old he was. Was he like in his 60s or something? Let's see. Who are our best customers, Vincent? You mean in terms of contributing to our income or our ambience? Ambience. Well, if you counted me as a customer and if I paid for my drinks, I would be a strong contender in both categories. But I have to say, Olivia Carmine is the real front runner in both races. Though she jokes about free drinks, she always settles the tab, and her constitution is formidable. She can not only drink all night, but she lights up a room with her conversation too. Her fame lends out establishment glamour. I'm confident people come just to see her. It is sad, therefore, that she's experiencing such scandal right now. Let us hope all this negative attention due to the accident at the Maverick blows over soon. Olivia is your choice then. As a customer, she is beyond compare. But are you asking me something else? Am I asking something else? Not really. No, that's it. Very good. I think Lucas and Björn are getting close. Yes, indeed. Lucas is a fine young gentleman. He's from a good family and he is a positive member of the community. He once arranged a bank loan for Emilia's bakery when they were on the edge of bankruptcy. Bankruptcy? Oh, it's written wrong. I don't think I could survive without her lemon drizzle. And of course, it's not just about my sweet tooth. That's a fine, decent thing he did to support a small business in the city. And Björn... Well, the good thing about me, as you know, is I don't judge people based on their background. Of course. So Scotia may be a rocked and inhospitable country, but that doesn't mean the people are inhospitable. Though he certainly is intimidating and rocked. Have you seen the size of those arms? Yes, sure, I'm seeing them right now. Lucas really does deserve the best, and Björn is certainly from a different social class. Regardless, I hope he is a hardy but kind man. That's what I can gather from seeing him around town anyway. I wonder, do you agree with my assessment? Sure. I think he's a good man. Yes, good, very good. I am fond of Lucas. I'm glad you approve of Björn. For now. Seeing them together, it is like a bird with a bear. What? With a bear? Why? Why is he a bird? I understand a bear. A funny sight, but a heartwarming one, I feel. And they got close here at the speakeasy. What a little haven we have created together. I just hope Björn is able to adapt to Lucas' higher position in society. And he has to go now. Bye-bye. Alright. Björn, my friend. Björn sits down at the bar with a tight sigh. After a moment, he sits up properly. Evening, Björn. Good to see you, Paul. It's been a long day. Everything okay? Aye, I suppose. Someone I work with passed away. We weren't close, but it's a real shame. Sorry to hear that. That's life. I'll drink toast to them, I suppose. I like how the drinks change here, just like the people. I mean, they'll change because we don't have the supplies, you know? Just something simple and strong. Perhaps with a slice of lemon, if you have that. A slice of lemon, and strong. And simple. Oh, whoa. Calm down. Don't click the wrong one. You, herbal bitter. I mean, there is the royal flush always, but... Oh, lemon slice. There it is. Is it strong though? No, it's not strong. Lemon... Oh, that's even weaker. Okay, okay, okay. Lemon slice. Is this the only lemon slice there is? Passion fruit slice. No. Lemon juice. No. Alright. Evening prayer it is. A prayer for you. For you and Lucas. Tastes like the angel's share. And Scotia, that's the best bit of the whiskey barrel. Lovely. Let's talk. How are things with you and Lucas? They're good. Really good, thanks. We have more in common than I realized. I'm not sure if he really does enjoy bird watching in the Grey Forest, or if he's just indulging me. I suppose it doesn't much matter. Can tell he is having a good time. When he is content, he hums to himself under his breath. He hums. Yes. One time I told him, he said he didn't know he was doing it. Then he said he would try to stop. I felt terrible. I told him I really liked it. I mean, I love it. But I won't mention it again in case he stops. Said I just keep trying to make him happy, then I'll hear it again. If we go bird watching and I surprise him with a little flask of that fancy coffee he likes to help us on our forest walk, I know the humming will start up pretty soon. Cute. Let's hope so. How are your brothers doing? Is one here now? Well, I remember I said I'd invite one of my brothers to stay with me. I was going to try to keep them out of trouble. Asked you for advice on who should come. Yeah, I remember. Well, Armstrong has been staying with me for almost a month now, and... The first 2 weeks were very hard. He was attending a Scotia expat social club and got into arm wrestling with the sailors and soldiers there. He challenged the local champion to a 3-set match. Armstrong won. But the soldier, a big ugly bastard called Gallows Gregory, took offense to losing face in front of his pals. You remember Armstrong was the fighter? Yeah. Aye. Well, Gregory invited my brother outside so they could settle their grievances. A crowd gathered. They made quite a scene in the muddy streets outside the post office. Who won? Armstrong lost 3 teeth, broke a finger, and I think he cracked a rib too. Gregory embarrassed him, gave my brother a proper beating he won't forget. Well, at least he stood his ground. I thought Armstrong was tough. Well, only tough in his neighborhood, I guess. At least he stood his ground. I, the daft bastard. Sorry about that language. Not to worry, we're in a speakeasy. Just like all my family, he's a big, strong lad, and he's a decent fighter, but Gregory is a trained killer. That's the difference. Can't fight a Tsaran soldier and expect to win. Armstrong is tough, but Gregory smashes tough guys for fun. That's his career. Is Armstrong okay? Spent my month's salary on a decent doctor. His body is fine now, but his pride is wounded. What will he do now? Well, he avoids the Scotia social clubs now. Although Gregory holds no grudge, he probably won't even remember Armstrong. Maybe that's the hardest thing for him. Back home he was a well-known troublemaker. Here, he's just another immigrant that's been put in his place. Is there any other way to help him? He's licking his wounds, but when he looks presentable and his finger heals, I can take him in front of some local foreman and try to get him work. Should you have asked a different brother to come? Too soon to say. He could go either way. He might pull his life together, or he might get shanked in an alleyway cause he was too deaf to back down. Oh. What about conscription? Goodness, I hope we can avoid it. I do what I can to keep him out of the war, but right now, I just don't know if I can save him. Time will tell. Time will tell indeed. We'll see. Tell me about your home country, Scotia. Well, I'm feeling a mite homesick, so I won't linger on the subject, but I can tell you one interesting difference between Sarda and Scotia. Alright? We neighbor We neighbor with Albion. It's bigger, richer, and more powerful than us. Albion and Scotia don't always see eye to eye. We have a big, long, open border, but we aren't exactly best buds. That border has seen some sights. Do you have a story? Aye. Did I ever tell you about my uncle Ellie? Ellie? I don't think so. Mad old bastard. He had a screw loose, but he was a good laugh. No one hated Albion like Uncle Ellie. He had this Ellie, what does it stand for? Alphonse? I don't know. He had this one mad tradition that used to make us all laugh. At the end of the year, he would take his old bicycle and he'd ride all the way to the border. At the stroke of midnight on New Year, he'd take one step over the border, take a deep breath and shout "bastards" at the top of his lungs. Why? He said the New Year was a chance to remind them of his opinion. Once a shower of bastards, always a shower of bastards. Well, that's funny. Aye, that's Uncle Ellie, alright. Not saying I agree with the sentiment, but I confess, every time I hear the story, I chuckle. I can see why. Last one. Your work seemed tough. It is what it is. It keeps me busy and keeps the dark thoughts at bay. Dark thoughts? Sure, if I don't keep myself busy, I start thinking about the war, how much I miss home, the father I lost. Best to build stuff and work hard so I don't get too trapped inside my own thoughts. Do you want to talk about any of that? Not really. That's why I work hard. When you listening? Hitting sheet metal with a mallet maybe ain't for everyone, but by the goodness, I don't know what I'd do without it. I get it. We had something that seems invincible, but then through force and time, you just keeping hammering. You just keeping hammering? And you shape it into something new. If my real problem were like that, well, just pass me the hammer. I'd fix the world. Very admirable. Early shift tomorrow. Bye-bye. And Lucas has left. Hello again! Hey there, Lucas! Oh, it seems my old favorite is no longer on the menu. Oh, well, I trust you will find something else I can appreciate. Business still seems to be going well for you. Good to see you. The bank is dreadfully dull, so do you have an interesting topic to cheer me up? Sure. You were the one who liked coffee, right? Do you have other preferences? Well, I have quite a fondness for coffee, as you might be aware. Perhaps you could make me something with it? That I can do. So coffee, it stays. The cold winter. Or the ambush. Oh no, we know he likes that one, but you will love the cold winter. Oh, why did that take so long to load? A small lag, perhaps? There you go. Oh, that's just perfect, thanks. Let's see. How's life treating you lately? I must say, things are quite pleasant. My work is fulfilling and the company I keep has been delightful, for the most part. It's not all roses and sunshine, though. Afraid to say things aren't going too well for my dear cat, Martha. Martha? Oh no. Sorry to hear that. What's wrong with Martha? Oh, I didn't mean to make it sound so dire. Her paw has a nasty splinter from scratching something in the yard, and it became infected. Naturally, I took her to the vet, who fixed her up in no time. She's doing much better already, but for the time being, she's not allowed to outside. I see. Ah, so she's all good. I can't help but notice you occasionally have some orange hair stuck to your shirt. Do you own a cat as well, by any chance? Ginger ale has been a great company for many years now. There's no sweeter cat than my little croissant. I consider tequila my best friend. When I say I keep whiskey at home, I actually mean my cat. Wow. Not croissant. Not tequila. I'm thinking between ginger ale and whiskey. I'm going with whiskey. Aha! I knew I could recognize a fellow cat lover. They're marvelous, graceful, independent creatures, aren't they? That they are. Cats are a constant delight. Yes, they are. Say, I was wondering, is your cat allowed outside or do you keep them strictly indoors? Outside. I see. Cats are roaming predators, and I believe letting them indulge in that natural behavior must be good for their health as well. This has been really fun to discuss. Perhaps next time we should exchange photographs. Yes, of course. That's animal lovers, pet lovers, pet havers for you. Do you enjoy opera? Were you there? Not as much as you might think. A lot of my colleagues in the bank think it's wonderful, and I just listen to them go on and on about it. But when I try to share my interests, they are a bit judgmental, sniffy. Your interests don't excite them. No, my cultural interests include adventure novels, radio plays, even comic books. But that marks me out as a bit different, so I don't share my interest at work anymore. That sounds way more interesting than, you know, opera. It's the same with music. I like the orchestra, but I'm also partial to a jazz club. And when it comes to literature, what really is the difference between literary and speculative? It's a sad tale of a middle-aged man on the downward slope of a failing marriage, losing his libido and reconciling with his drunk father, truly more worthy than some tale of escapist adventure. What kind of adventure? Oh, I don't know. A tale of pirates and peril on the high seas? A dark castle on a windy moor where the lord of the manor becomes a wolf during the full moon? A tentacled eldritch terror emerging from the floors of the ocean to terrorize a small fishing town? Are those all references to games? Sounds thrilling. Indeed. The literary world can be very snobby. What's wrong with having a little fun? Why must miserable reality be better for our souls than escapist fantasy? True, I like fantasy more as well. A writer friend once told me, never be afraid to write something people might actually enjoy. Good advice. Business is going well for you. Good to see. Wait, that's the same, yeah. Same as always. Björn, how are things with you and Björn? With Björn, things are good. With my friends, less so? What? What happened? That damn windbag fizzy cologne ruined everything. Who? Björn and I had our first fight because of her. What did she do? She wanted to meet this new fellow I was so smitten with. She organized one of her legendary dinner parties and told us to come dressed in our Sunday best. Uh-oh. And when I told Björn, he got very worried about what clothes she should wear. I told him they didn't really care and he should just wear something smart. I was supposed to meet him on the boulevard, but I was running late. He thought I was already there, so he rushed to get there on time. He arrived at Fizzy's front door sweating, wearing the plaid shirt he brought from Timpson's that morning. A charming shirt, but not quite right for the event. Oh no. So when he was greeted at the great house, his clothing, demeanor, and general dishevelment meant he was mistaken by Fizzy's housekeeper as a new gardener. How did that happen? Well, the gardeners wear similar red plaid shirts. I see how the mistake happened. But the problem is how Fizzy reacted. When Björn was instructed to go to the greenhouse and await instructions, the poor fellow was so confused. He simply did as he was told. Oh no. An honest mistake. When I arrived, I was furious. I saw Björn standing out by the greenhouse in the rain, while Fizzy and her damn fool cousins were sipping champagne and giggling at him. Perhaps you know me well enough by now to realize I do not lose my temper often. But this time, I called her a crooked witch and I went outside in the rain, grabbed Björn by the arm and told him he was too good for these people and we should go home. Good for you! What you said, you argued with Björn? We did argue, when we got home. He was mad at you. Yes, but not for the reasons you might expect. Björn said Fizzy and her friends were just having some fun and he didn't mind. Worse, he then chastised himself for being naive and dressed incorrectly. I see. I got mad and said those people were not real friends if they treated him like that. But Björn told me my friends were important and he had to learn how to integrate into their world, so he doesn't embarrass me. Did you figure things out? Somewhat. I apologized and he apologized. I'm not sure what I'm even sorry for, and I don't think he is either. Bartender, did I get the situation all wrong? I have to ask you for your opinion. Oh no. On what? Tell me, did I handle the situation badly? Is Björn right that I must help him fit in with my friends? Or am I right? Those aren't real friends if they treat Björn poorly. Björn wants to fit in, so help him connect with your friends, but maybe not Fizzy. Friends come and go, but Björn is more than a friend to you. No. Friends are also important, and if Lucas thinks that those are his friends, it would be nice if Björn has a good relationship. I mean, he didn't do wrong, per se. Help him connect with your friends, but maybe not Fizzy. That is right, I think. That is rather splitting the difference, I suppose. I could do that, I guess, but is that the worst of both worlds? Making Björn work to fit in and tolerating their attitudes. It's just also complicated. Just talk to Björn. Yes, I suppose you're right. Okay, what else? I don't have anything. Oh, wait, murder. Have you heard about the murder? My, young Mr. Durant has a way with words, doesn't he? I wouldn't call myself a fan of the performing arts either, but I've read glowing reviews on Dalliance in the papers. Suppose it just wasn't for him. For someone who doesn't like drama, he certainly gets involved in a lot of it. And he has to go. Well, I guess that's it. Let me just... Hello, whiskey! Alright, we don't have any clues yet, so I guess that's it for today. A nice introduction to everything? Not really, but we'll see what Mertens will tell me. I'm pretty sure he will come up to me and say like, I don't know anymore, help me out. As always, yeah, I'll see you then. Bye bye!